I am he who has seen the core, the foundation of earth. I possess knowledge of the depths, and I shall impart it to the people. I have beheld the secrets hidden, and I have brought back wisdom from the deep. I am Gilgamesh, who has seen the heart of the world. I hold knowledge of the deep and share it with my people. I've uncovered hidden secrets and carved my wisdom into stone, so all may remember my trials and triumphs, man and God alike. I raised the mighty walls of Uruk, its ramparts touching the sky, laid the foundations of Iana, the sacred temple, strong as bronze. I built to outlast time itself, but even kings cannot defy eternity. Behold Uruk, crowned with walls that kiss the heavens. I placed the first stone, my hands shaping its destiny. Beside me, my divine mother Ninsun, her wisdom woven into every stone. The craftsmen labored, but the gods watched, their breath in every foundation. Uruk's streets pulse with life, its markets rich with distant treasures. Temples rise like mountains, kissed by gods, and Iana gleams with eternal fire. Its gates are copper bound with iron, its roots deep in the earth. Here I reign, 2/3 God, 1/3 man. My strength unmatched, my spirit restless. No wall holds my ambition, no throne stills my heart. For the pulse of the gods beats within me, my soul burns with destiny. The call to adventure, restless in my glory, I sought purpose beyond Uruk's walls. Not riches, not thrones, but truths carved into the bones of the world. The gods wove destiny, and my heart pulled at its threads, urging me toward paths untrodden, whispers of ancient tales. But greatness casts a shadow, my strength became a weight upon my people. I ruled with a heavy hand, my will bending all before me. Men groaned under forced labor, women wept for sons lost to my monuments. Worse still, I claimed the brides of my people, exercising ius prime noctis, taking what I desired. My divine blood gave me the right, but pride blinds the heart. I thought I was shaping destiny, yet I carved grief into mortal hearts. Whispers grew, prayers not for my glory, but for my fall. Even Uruk's mighty walls couldn't silence their cries. The gods heard and sent a challenger, born of the wild, strong as the earth, to meet my arrogance with equal might, and teach me what no victory could. From the wilderness he came, Enkidu, formed by the gods from clay, wild and untamed, his body covered in hair, his heart beating with the rhythm of the earth. He roamed with the beasts, drank from the rivers, ran free under the open sky. He knew no walls, no kings, no gods beyond the breath of nature. But destiny is a thread even the wild cannot escape. The gods sent Shamhat, a woman of wisdom and allure, whose touch awakened Enkidu to the world of men. Her touch was like honey on his skin, her voice a melody that tamed the wild within. With each touch, he stepped further from the wild. With each embrace, he grew distant from the wilderness, drawn toward Uruk, drawn toward me. Not as a servant, not as a subject, but as an equal. He was my reflection, my shadow and my light, born to confront me, to challenge my pride, and in doing so, to reveal the man beneath the king. Two forces destined to clash, not for dominance, but to awaken the hearts we both had forgotten. When Enkidu entered Uruk, the earth seemed to tremble beneath his steps. The people watched, breathless, as he strode through the gates, a wild man wrapped in the scent of the open plains, his eyes fierce, untamed, yet full of purpose. Word reached me quickly, a man who dared to stand as my equal. I met him in the heart of my city, where stones echoed with the weight of kings. We clashed, our strength shaking the very walls I had built, our roars mingling with the cries of onlookers, dust rising around us like the breath of forgotten gods. Neither yielded. Blow for blow we met as titans, until exhaustion gripped us both, our bodies broken but spirits unbent. And in that moment, amidst the sweat and blood, something shifted. Not hatred, but respect. Not rivalry, but recognition. For in Enkidu, I saw not just a challenger, but the brother my soul had long denied. The bond forged in battle from foes, we became companions. In the quiet after our battles, we found solace not just in friendship, but in the tender touch of love. Enkidu and I, our hearts laid bare, shared more than victories. We shared whispers in the dark, breaths mingled beneath the glow of dawn. Ninsun, with her divine grace, and Shamhat, radiant as the morning sun, wove themselves into the tapestry of our hearts. Beneath silken sheets, under starlit skies, our bodies spoke languages no words could hold. Fingers tracing constellations upon skin, laughter and sighs the rhythm of our days. In their arms and each other's, we discovered softness within strength, vulnerability wrapped in the fierce pulse of life. Together, we laughed at the petty constraints of mortality, shared dreams beneath starlit skies, and sought adventures that even the gods whispered about in fear. With hearts bound by brotherhood, Enkidu and I sought to etch our names in eternity. We turned our eyes to the cedar forest, guarded by Humbaba, the fearsome giant. Not for conquest alone, but to challenge the very limits of our existence, to defy fear itself and grasp at the glory whispered in the halls of the gods. Our journey was fraught with perils, raging rivers, darkened woods, and omens of doom. Yet, side by side, we pressed on, driven by courage and the hunger to defy fate. We were unstoppable together, or so we thought. From the depths of the sacred cedar forest rose Humbaba, the guardian appointed by Enlil himself. He was not merely a beast, but the living embodiment of the forest's wrath, woven from the sinew of ancient earth and the breath of divine storms. His face, a tapestry of twisted fury and forgotten sorrows, bore the mark of the gods, a visage meant to inspire terror in mortal hearts. To the gods, Humbaba was more than a sentinel. He was the boundary between the wild and the will of men, a force carved to maintain the fragile balance between nature's chaos and humanity's ambition. As long as he stood, the sacred woods thrived, untouched by the greed of kings and the hunger of empires. His breath carried the whispers of ancient trees, and his shadow stretched over roots older than kings. In his gaze burned the memory of a world untouched by greed, where life grew not for conquest, but for the simple act of being. To destroy him was not merely to slay a beast, but to tear open the veil that kept humanity's hunger from devouring the sacred pulse of the earth itself. At the edge of the sacred forest, the ground trembled beneath Humbaba's shadow. His face was terror itself, his roar a storm that shattered the silence of ages. But fear found no home in our hearts. Enkidu's wild strength met my divine fury. I lunged first, spear gripped tight, aiming straight for his chest. But he was faster than I expected. His massive, root-like arm swung out, and before I could react, the force of it sent me sprawling, my body skidding across the dirt as dust filled my mouth and lungs. Enkidu roared behind me, wild and untamed, his strength like a storm unleashed. He vaulted onto Humbaba's back, driving his blade deep into the Guardian's bark-like hide. Humbaba howled, spinning with terrifying speed. I heard the sickening crack as Enkidu's body slammed against a cedar trunk, his blood mingling with the sap dripping from the wounded tree. Rage burned through me, hotter than the pain. I pushed myself up, blood running down my face, blurring my vision. With a defiant roar, I charged again, dodging as Humbaba's massive arm crashed down beside me, shaking the earth. My spear found its mark this time, sinking deep into flesh that felt like stone. Enkidu was back on his feet, battered but unyielding. We fought together, my strikes sharp and precise, his wild and furious. Humbaba staggered, his roars turning to broken gasps. Yet even as he weakened, I felt something sacred slipping away. With every blow, the pulse of the forest grew fainter, as if we weren't just killing a beast, but tearing apart the very soul of the earth. Humbaba's lifeless form, a testament to our defiance. Yet in his dying breath, he cursed us, and the shadow of that curse would follow us beyond the forest. Our triumph echoed through Uruk, but not all who heard were pleased. The gods, angered by our defiance and the death of their guardian, decreed a punishment that would break the heart of even a king. For it was not my life they claimed, but Enkidu's. Stricken with illness, his wild spirit caged by mortal frailty, I watched helplessly as my brother faded, his strength slipping like sand through my fingers, and in his final breath, I felt the sting of mortality, a wound deeper than any sword could carve. Thus began my true journey, not for glory, but for meaning, a quest to conquer the unconquerable, death itself. If you hear my words, hold them close, cherish the warmth beside you, the weight of a friend's hand, the breath you take now, for it is fleeting. Every heartbeat echoes only so long, and when it fades, it leaves behind nothing but the silence you never thought would come. If only my love were strong enough to hold you still. If you'd like to follow me on this quest, consider liking this video, subscribing, and commenting below, and until next time, stay in the Zen Zone.